We're Bruce and Cheryl. We moved from California to get away from the hustle and bustle of a fast-paced lifestyle and a not-so-perfect political climate to enjoy a slower speed, better values, and a rich Christian atmosphere. Join us as we discover our new environment, rebuild our new-to-us home on 2.5 acres, and enjoy the scenic southern landscape of central western Georgia.
Okay guys, we're making small progress here. But it is progress. So basically the ceiling's out on this side, which was the bathroom side. I still have to take the rest of the tin off. On this side I've got all of it. On this side over here I got a little more than half of it still to go. I'm showing you the blocking that we're doing. I've discovered a lot of interesting things. For one, the stinking leak right here that's just completely destroyed the floor. You literally can step right through the floor right there. But this was the fun discovery. So I think I might have mentioned it before, how there's no rim joist there. But literally this whole edge right here from probably about right there where there's some blocking and support, which is primarily for the deck where they poured the concrete out there, but it is kind of holding up that one floor joist. But that one, that one, that one, that one, and that one are literally floating. And I believe the only thing holding up all of this upper structure, which is the new trusses above that, would be the rim joist on the side there. It's a single rim joist, which is supposed to be the floor joist rim joist. It's a single 2x6, and it's rotting. You can't really see it. I'll zoom in as much as I can. I think now you get the picture. And that is the rim joist. That's literally holding up 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, probably about 5 trusses up above. You see the purling here now is exposed and some of the water lines. There's a major intersection of water lines. So he tied in those two right there to do that laundry room he put in the garage. Those two right there is the cold water feeding to the water heater and the water heater feeding back to the hot water line. Then you got the toilet line right there, the water line for the toilet falling down. And then there's the 2 lines right there that tap off of there, right in there, for what was the tub. And then there's 2 more that tap off and go over towards the sink, which is leaking. So I've got to figure out how to basically abandon all that water line, with the exception of the one cold water line that goes through the floor down there, because that's the one that feeds that over there, which feeds the water hose, which you lose it right there behind all that, but that water hose is what feeds my 5th wheel trailer. How fun is that? So there's a lot of interesting dynamics going on here. The flooring materials that he put down to replace what was rotting away, he used several different types of material. So he used plywood in some areas, it was 3/4, some areas 5/8. He tried to fill it in with some spackle or fix-all or something like that. This section right here appears to be another type of OSB or particle board, which you can see here. And he didn't replace all of it because, as you can see by that right there, that's the old original flooring, subfloor. And this piece is replaced with OSB, and this over here is looks like particle board, and that's plywood under all this peel and stick tile. You can see the waves in the floor. There was all kinds of issues going on here for a long time. There we go. They had to have known. So now you can see the blocks, and you can see how it's supposed to be supporting it. But if I stuck my hand down there, I can stick my hand right underneath that purling to the blocks, because the wood that was between them was rotting away, dry rotted. Not to mention the fact that that purling, which I don't think you can see here in this picture, but the whole thing is listing toward the front of the house, where the house is listing to the back. So it's an interesting dynamic. And I get the feeling that that blocking right there is what's holding up that whole corner on top of that wall. But that beam, there's a steel beam there. It's down below that rim joist. That steel beam right there isn't really supported by anything until you get back to the purling right here, which the purling isn't supported by anything. So again, it's not really supported by anything. Maybe by some part of that blocking in the corner right there. But we definitely have our work cut out for us. I don't know whatever they were thinking, but we can fix this. We got this. You know what I mean? This is not outside of my abilities. This is out of my comfort zone, but it's not out of my abilities. So we'll get this done. Wait till you see the transformation, folks. Once we get this bad boy leveled up, and we have a flat foundation, this will start going really fast. The new subfloor is already here. I just need to get some more 2x4s. I got some drywall. We'll start banging this out pretty quick once I get to that point. It's just slow going to get to that point. And oh, by the way, the floor jacks I borrowed, they didn't work, so I had to go buy some. So there's a 30-ton, brand new 30-ton floor jack, a bottle jack, and there's a 20-ton bottle jack, and it's a pneumatic hydraulic. So you can pump that up with air. You can kind of see that black hose is running right there. Plugs into your air line. There's the guy right there. It plugs into your air line, and you can jack this thing up with air, and it releases like any other bottle jack. You've got a petcock down there that you open up and bleed the air off of the hydraulic system. But anyway, so I got those two, and we're ready to start moving this bad boy. But I'm definitely going to have to get some material for the rim joists. I'm thinking of probably get some 2x8s to run along this whole section, probably from, I don't know, probably some right in here all the way down, double 2x8. I'll get new 2x6s to go across here, and then I'll hang the 2x6s off the 2x8, and then support the double 2x8s with blocking down underneath here, and especially big in this corner.
jumped in and rescued you, but I wanted to. I didn't tell you which way to go, 'cause I thought you'd know. You had a problem with your newfound wealth, brought it on yourself. I never told you, I told you so, but I told you so. Have to let it go. It's time to let it go. Now I can't believe it took so long to leave. Perhaps one day I'll grieve. Oh, I never will. I never told you I agreed with you. I don't think I do. I wasn't sure quite what the whole thing meant, but I'm glad you went. I never thought that it could be painless, but it is, I guess. I had myself fooled into needing you. Did I fool you too? Have to let it go. It's time to let it go. Now I can't believe it took so long to leave. Perhaps one day I'll grieve. Oh, I never will. Viral infection that can incubate for years, caused by affection, falling deep into arrears. No medication to procure makes me pure. There's no cure. I am sure I never mentioned how I prayed for you. Now I paid for you. I never said that I would wait for you. It's too late for you. It's time to let it go. Now I can't believe it took so long to leave. Perhaps one day I'll grieve. Oh, I never will. Oh, I never will. I never will. Oh, why? Oh, why? I never will.
Now, the reason why I said I would never live in a mobile home, because basically you're a tin can, tin roof. It's just a tin roof, but inside is nothing but tin. I can't imagine that one of these things could last more than 15 minutes before being thrown to the ground.
I heard rumors, I'd heard talk about the trail you left of broken hearts, about the sea of tears too wide to cross. Little bad press has never scared me off. Found a path to figure out how to get me some of what you got. talk is true, yours is the same. We should be together. Let our passions fan the flame. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. When I looked for you, I almost passed you by. You were so cool and calm, I thought my friends had lied. But I got so much reserve, must make you wild inside. It was there and then that I knew you had to give me some of what you got. I've got a red hot heart. If the talk is true, yours is the same. We should be together. Let our passions fan love's flame. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Thought I won your heart when I held your hand in my hand. Thought it was true love, the way we complimented each other. My right is your wrong. When you're right, then I'm left with nothing. Your light and your heat have all been spent, leaving only smoke and ashes.